choke points in international shipping. Hey there, shipping enthusiasts. Welcome back to our channel. If you're fascinated by global commerce and how goods make their way from point A to point B, you're in for a treat today. We're diving deep into a topic that is vital to international trade: choke points in international shipping. These crucial lanes often turn into bottlenecks that can drastically affect supply chains around the world. So, grab your notepads, and let's set sail into this captivating subject. Now, you might be wondering, why focus specifically on choke points? The reason lies in their pivotal role in global trade. Imagine the extensive network of goods flowing across oceans. Each day, countless ships carry everything from electronics to raw materials through these routes, and it only takes one disruption at a choke point to cause chaos in the system. Understanding these choke points can equip us with insights that go beyond mere geography. They unveil the complexities of international trade and global economics. As we embark on this journey, we'll cover not just the definitions and examples of choke points but also their significance, challenges, and how shipping companies can effectively navigate these constraints. So, let's hoist the anchor and start exploring. What are choke points? First, let's define choke points. Simply put, choke points are strategic maritime passages that ships must navigate. These could be narrow straits, canals, or any area that constrains traffic flow. Picture this: a busy highway where a bridge has collapsed. That's what happens at choke points when something disrupts the flow of maritime traffic. Every day, thousands of vessels traverse these routes, transporting oil, consumer goods, and raw materials. If any of these areas experience a blockage, the repercussions can be felt globally. Choke points are significant not just for the shipping industry, they hold geopolitical importance as well. Countries located near these strategic passages often wield considerable influence over global trade. For instance, controlling a choke point can provide a nation with leverage over shipping costs or traffic conditions, making it a point of contention in international politics. Thus, understanding choke points is not merely an exercise in maritime logistics, it also involves recognizing their broader implications in international relations. In addition, choke points can vary in their capacity and historical significance. Some have been navigated for centuries, like the Bosporus Strait, which has been pivotal since ancient times. Others have gained prominence more recently, as trade dynamics shift and new shipping routes are developed. The variety and evolution of choke points illustrate how maritime networks are constantly adapting to meet the demands of a changing global economy. But as we saw in March 2021, when the Ever Given ever so casually blocked it for 6 days, a single incident here can halt billions in trade. The Suez Canal is particularly crucial for oil and container shipments, and its efficient operation is vital for maintaining balanced trade between the continents. The significance of the Suez Canal extends beyond simple logistics, it also has geopolitical implications. Control over the canal and its operations has been a source of tension among nations for decades. The Suez Crisis of 1956 is a noteworthy historical example of how politics and trade intersect in this critical region. As trade routes are challenged by shifting political landscapes, the future of the Suez Canal remains pivotal in discussions about international maritime policy. In recent years, the canal has also seen investment in expanding capacity to accommodate larger vessels known as Neo-Panamax ships. This adaptive approach highlights the canal's importance in accommodating growing trade volumes and changing shipping industry needs. Overall, the Suez Canal remains a focal point of global shipping, embodying both opportunities and challenges for maritime trade. Panama Canal. Opening in 1914, the Panama Canal created a shortcut for ships traveling between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. This canal has completely changed global shipping. A vessel passing through the Panama Canal saves nearly 8,000 nautical miles compared to traveling around Cape Horn. The establishment of the canal transformed shipping routes and established Panama as a crucial hub in international trade, with implications felt as far as North America and Asia. However, the Panama Canal also faces its set of challenges. maintenance and ongoing construction work can lead to temporary closures and delays. Climate change is contributing to rising sea levels, affecting both the canal's operations and the ecosystem surrounding it. Furthermore, competition from alternative shipping routes, such as the recently developed pathways through the Arctic, may pose challenges to the canal's long-term viability as a dominant maritime route. In response, Panama is continuously working to enhance the canal's capabilities, as seen in the expansion project completed in 2016, which aimed to accommodate larger ships. This adaptive approach is critical as the global shipping industry continues to evolve to meet changing trade dynamics and consumer demands. Strait of Hormuz. Located between Oman and Iran, the Strait of Hormuz is one of the world's most strategically significant waterways. About 20% of global oil supply passes through this narrow passage. Political tensions in the region could quickly convert it into a flashpoint, affecting oil prices dramatically and creating a ripple effect on global economies. As a result, the strait has become a focal point for military presence and commercial investments aimed at securing safe passage for vessels. The dynamics around the Strait of Hormuz can dramatically shift depending on regional politics. Various nations have vested interests in maintaining freedom of navigation, evidenced by military alliances and joint exercises aimed at securing the area. Any disruption, whether from military conflict, environmental disasters, or economic sanctions, can lead to soaring oil prices and turbulence in the international market. Moreover, the future of the Strait of Hormuz is intrinsically tied to the evolving energy landscape. Traditional oil-dependent economies are seeing competition from renewable energy sources, which could influence the flow of trade through the strait in the coming decades. Ultimately, the Strait of Hormuz serves as a powerful example of how geopolitical stability is crucial for ensuring the uninterrupted flow of global trade. The importance of choke points in global trade. Now, why should we care about choke points? Let's consider the sheer scale of international shipping. Approximately 90% of world trade is carried by sea. A single choke point can influence everything from shipping times to prices of goods. For instance, if oil tankers cannot pass through the Strait of Hormuz due to conflict, it doesn't just affect oil prices, it impacts every commodity reliant on oil for transportation, production, and logistics. This chain reaction underscores the gravity of understanding these critical junctures. The disruptions caused by issues at choke points can lead to shortages and inflated prices for consumers. When goods are delayed, retailers often pass those costs on to consumers, leading to increased prices for everyday products. Think of items like electronics, clothing, and even food items. Many of them are transported via routes that pass through major choke points. Thus, any geopolitical or natural disruption can feel like a ripple effect, impacting consumers worldwide, illustrating the interconnectedness of our global economy. Moreover, choke points can present opportunities for nations and companies that can navigate their complexities effectively. Those that strategically manage their logistics, including alternative routes or contingency planning, may find competitive advantages in the marketplace. Global shipping is a dynamic arena, and companies that can swiftly adapt to these choke points are often rewarded with a larger market share and enhanced reputations. So, in essence, understanding these pivotal points isn't just about risk management, it's also about identifying opportunities in an interconnected trade environment. Major choke points around the world. Let's explore some of the world's most significant choke points and their unique contributions to international shipping. Suez Canal. Connecting Europe and Asia, the Suez Canal is arguably the most recognized choke point. Opened in 1869, this 120-mile-long canal dramatically reduces the journey for ships traveling between Europe and Asia, avoiding the long route around Africa. Strait of Malacca. This narrow, 550-mile-long strait between Malaysia and Indonesia is critical for cargo shipping between the Indian and Pacific Oceans. It's a vital route for oil tankers and a major passage for container ships, making it one of the busiest waterways in the world. Approximately 25% of global trade and over 80% of oil shipments from the Middle East pass through here weekly, illustrating its importance to international economics. However, the Strait of Malacca is not without its challenges. The area is notorious for piracy, which has affected the shipping community's safety and security protocols. Over the years, various regional nations have initiated cooperation mechanisms to enhance security and combat piracy, including coordinated naval patrols and intelligence sharing. Such collaborations highlight the importance of maintaining safe maritime routes in this economically vital region. Additionally, as shipping traffic continues to increase, concerns about environmental sustainability have risen. The potential for shipping lanes to impact marine ecosystems and coastal communities is prompting discussions about sustainable practices within the industry. As the Strait of Malacca continues to serve as a critical conduit for global trade, the balance between security, environmental protection, and trade efficiency will be crucial as we look to the future. Bosporus Strait. This narrow strait in Turkey connects the Black Sea with the Sea of Marmara and is particularly significant for trade between Europe and Eastern Mediterranean countries. It is the only maritime transit point for Black Sea countries, making it critical for oil and gas exports, as well as general freight. The Bosporus is also a busy waterway for passenger ferries, adding another layer of complexity to its navigation. The strategic importance of the Bosporus has made it a significant focal point in historical and contemporary geopolitics. The strait's narrowness leads to traffic congestion, especially during peak shipping seasons. In recent years, there have been debates regarding the development of new routes or alternative passages to alleviate some of this congestion. The Turkish government has proposed initiatives to enhance maritime traffic management and improve safety, addressing the increasing demands placed on this crucial waterway. Furthermore, geopolitical tensions in the region often heighten the importance of the Bosporus, with various nations having a vested interest in its control. It serves as a vital transit point for energy supplies reaching Europe and is often seen as a strategic leverage point in regional politics. As trade dynamics shift, the Bosporus Strait will continue to navigate the complexities of international shipping and geopolitical tensions alike. Challenges and risks associated with choke points. While choke points are crucial for maritime logistics, they also present numerous challenges. Let's break it down. Geopolitical tensions. Countries surrounding significant choke points may be involved in territorial disputes. The Strait of Hormuz, for example, is often in the spotlight for military exercises or conflicts, which can heighten risks for shipping companies. Nearly every year, tensions between the US and Iran spark concerns over the security of this vital passage, making it a flashpoint for military presence and diplomatic negotiations. In addition, logistical and economic responses to geopolitical tensions can create uncertainty in global markets. Investors tend to react sharply to news regarding choke points, often leading to fluctuations in oil prices and impacting sectors reliant on stable shipping routes. Shipping companies must be adaptable, with contingency plans in place to mitigate the financial repercussions of sudden disruptions at these choke points. The potential for sanctions further exacerbates the situation, with nations using choke points as bargaining chips in international negotiations. The intricate political tapestry surrounding these areas demonstrates the delicate balance between providing safe passage for international shipping and managing national interests. Piracy. Certain regions like the Strait of Malacca and the Gulf of Aden have been notorious for piracy. Reports over the past decades revealed that attacks can lead to significant financial losses for shipping companies as vessels face ransom demands and prolonged delays. The impact of piracy is far-reaching, affecting insurance costs, which often rise dramatically in high-risk areas, a cost passed down to consumers worldwide. To combat this, shipping companies are now employing various security measures, including hiring private security teams to accompany vessels through these piracy-prone regions. Furthermore, international coalitions like the EU and NATO have formed patrolling missions to deter piracy and ensure maritime safety. These collaborative efforts underline the importance of not only managing risks but also fostering global cooperation. there are also significant legal and ethical considerations. The growing prevalence of piracy has prompted discussions about regulating or restricting certain waters and the implications of international law in pursuing piracy suspects. As piracy evolves, so too must the responses from maritime stakeholders, emphasizing the importance of adaptability in the face of complex challenges. Environmental factors. Weather conditions can pose another challenge, especially in areas prone to storms or fog. Navigating in such conditions can delay shipping times or even lead to maritime accidents. For example, the 2017 hurricane season posed significant challenges for vessels operating in the Gulf of Mexico, demonstrating just how drastic weather-related delays can be. Additionally, climate change is increasingly affecting choke points, altering shipping patterns as warmer temperatures open new routes, like in the Arctic, as well as introducing new environmental risks. Rising sea levels threaten coastal port facilities and shipping infrastructure, compounding the challenges faced by the industry. As such, the shipping industry must factor in these changing environmental conditions into their risk assessments and operational strategies. The shipping industry is gradually becoming more aware of its environmental impact. As a result, there's a growing emphasis on developing greener, more sustainable practices in maritime operations. As choke points continue to experience increased traffic and scrutiny, finding a balance between economic efficiency and environmental sustainability will be critical. Ultimately, any disturbance at these choke points can lead to significant delays, increased costs, and even global market fluctuations, highlighting how intertwined our shipping systems truly are. That's why shipping companies must stay informed about the latest developments in choke points and adapt their strategies proactively to minimize disruptions. How shipping companies navigate these challenges. So, how do shipping companies navigate these crucial choke points and mitigate risks? Here are some of the key strategies. Route diversification. Many shipping companies develop multiple routes to avoid choke points or congested areas during peak times. This not only enhances reliability but also mitigates the impact of unexpected disruptions. For instance, during the Suez Canal blockage, many companies had to rethink traditional trade routes, contemplating longer journeys that traverse around the Cape of Good Hope. However, decisions on route diversification are not taken lightly. Many factors come into play, including shipping time, fuel costs, and regulatory considerations. Companies often rely on comprehensive logistic assessments to determine the most efficient routes while accounting for potential disruptions. Thus, flexibility becomes a key asset in ensuring timely deliveries. Additionally, shipping companies are increasingly leveraging advanced technologies, such as AI-driven analytics, to make informed decisions about rerouting. By analyzing real-time shipping data, they can predict traffic patterns and proactively adjust their paths as necessary, ensuring optimal efficiency even in unpredictable situations. Enhanced technology. Investments in technology play a crucial role in the effective navigation of choke points. Real-time tracking systems and advanced navigation tools allow shipping companies to make data-informed decisions. These systems help in route planning and optimizing journey times based on current conditions, allowing for swift adjustments when unexpected obstacles arise. Innovation also extends to vessel design. Modern cargo ships are equipped with sophisticated navigational aids, enabling better maneuverability in congested areas. Automated systems, including autopilot and collision avoidance technologies, help in ensuring safe transit through notoriously narrow routes, reducing the chances of accidents and choke points. Furthermore, the implementation of electronic logging systems and platforms for information sharing among vessels can streamline operations, particularly in high-traffic areas. These systems facilitate communication between ships and maritime authorities, enhancing safety and operations through more informed decision-making. Security measures. To combat piracy, shipping companies are employing a variety of security measures. These can include routing around known piracy hotspots, boarding security personnel to escort vessels, and employing anti-piracy technology aboard ships. Engaging skilled maritime security firms has become commonplace for companies traversing risk-laden choke points. In regions like the Gulf of Aden, international coalitions play a pivotal role in combating piracy. Joint military patrols help protect vessels, and multinational agreements for cooperation are in place to enhance maritime security. Such collaborations showcase the industry's commitment to safeguarding crews and cargo, emphasizing that security is a shared responsibility. Moreover, the shipping community's proactive approach to security is not just contingent on immediate action, it also extends to education and training. Shipping companies now emphasize regular training for crews on anti-piracy measures and security awareness, preparing them for potential threats while traveling through these choke points. The future of choke points in shipping. Now, let's take a look at the future of choke points in international shipping. As trends evolve, so do the choke points themselves. Here are a few future considerations. Autonomous shipping. The technology for autonomous ships is advancing rapidly. Imagine ships navigating automatically through choke points with fewer human errors. As this technology develops, we could see shifts in how choke points are managed. Autonomous vessels equipped with sophisticated navigation systems can potentially operate in high-traffic areas with enhanced precision, reducing the risks associated with human decision-making. However, the integration of autonomous vessels into existing maritime frameworks poses unique challenges. Regulatory agencies will need to adapt and develop standards to ensure the safe passage of autonomous ships through choke points while addressing concerns about security, cybersecurity, and human oversight. The governance of this new technology will be key to ensuring that choke points remain safe and navigable. While there's excitement surrounding the potential for autonomous vessels to enhance efficiency, it's crucial to balance technological advancements with the need for human expertise and decision-making. The future might not involve completely replacing human crews but rather enhancing their capabilities through smart technologies. Environmental changes. With climate change impacting ice cover in the Arctic, new shipping routes are potentially opening up. The Northern Sea Route, for instance, cuts shipping time significantly by allowing vessels to navigate through the Arctic Ocean. This opens up trade routes previously not viable due to ice, which could significantly alter the traditional choke points used in maritime shipping. However, while the potential for new routes may seem beneficial, they come with environmental risks. The Arctic is a fragile ecosystem, and increased shipping traffic raises concerns regarding oil spills, pollution, and disturbances to wildlife. The global trading community must address these environmental challenges through stringent regulations and practices that ensure sustainable shipping. This evolving landscape necessitates continual adaptation by shipping companies to leverage new viable routes while ensuring environmental conservation. The balance between economic opportunity and ecological preserve is one of the most significant challenges of our time in context to global trade. Global trade dynamics. Political and economic shifts, such as sanctions or new trade agreements, also affect which choke points are dominant at any given time. Keeping an eye on global events will be crucial for anticipating supply chain impacts. With an increasingly multipolar world, shifting alliances and trade agreements can lead to changing dynamics around choke points, necessitating regular reassessment by shipping companies. The pandemic has also shown us the fragility of global supply chains. As shipping companies look towards the future, they may need to build more resilient and flexible strategies that can withstand temporary disruptions from social, political, or economic tensions affecting key choke points. As trade dynamics shift, choke points will transform as well. Companies that remain agile and responsive to these changes will thrive, while those that remain static might find themselves vulnerable to the impacts of unexpected geopolitical shifts. Choke points in international shipping represent more than just geographical locations. They are the veins of global commerce, carrying essential goods across the world. Understanding their importance can provide valuable insight into how interconnected our global economy truly is. In this fast-paced era of international trade, having a comprehensive understanding of choke points can give stakeholders a significant advantage in maneuvering complexities. If you enjoyed our deep dive into choke points and want to stay updated on more topics related to shipping and logistics, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Which choke points concern you the most, or do you have your own experiences navigating these maritime routes? Thanks for watching, and see you next time as we continue exploring the world of shipping.